Well, moving into our third story of the day or segment, if you haven't already hit the like and subscribe button, folks, please do so. Bernie Sanders says Nikki Haley calling for mental competency test is absurd and ageist. So we actually have a couple clips here. Bernie Sanders from Face the Nation. And you got to love this guy for saying that, oh, well, we're tackling racism, homophobia, and we should really be focusing on ageism. When you got a guy in office that literally doesn't know his name, he gets lost at times. He fights with his teleprompter. He gets confused. He'll talk about one thing, and in the same sentence, he'll transition to a whole nother thing, which isn't linear in thinking whatsoever. But no, we shouldn't test this guy in competency, even though the president of the United States just came out with his physical, of which the health department or his doctor, whoever's running the show there, is saying the guy's in tip-top shape. You couldn't be in better health. Let that sink in. Joe Biden at literally his own White House, and this isn't even a joke, are worried about the guy falling over cords in the White House and breaking a hip and possibly passing. He's just health-wise, he's killing it. You guys, there's never been anybody healthier. It's the same idea of when, and I love Trump. Again, I voted for Trump. I'd vote for him again. It's the same idea that the White House was saying that Donald Trump was healthy as can be when he eats nothing but fast food and drinks soda all the time and he's overweight. He's actually obese based on his height. So again, I love Donald Trump, but that is the truth. He's not healthy whatsoever. No, he's not. In the same way, the guy you're looking at on the screen isn't healthy. Joe Biden ain't healthy. Donald Trump ain't healthy. No, they're not, but we're being lied to and we have to all be gaslit as if these people are A-okay. Well, here's the question. Here's his response.
Former Ambassador Nikki Haley is running for president, as you know, and she said there should be a mandatory mental competency test for politicians older than 75. You're 81. Do you take offense at that?
What did she mean? I don't understand what you... No, I think that's absurd. There's a level...
Absurd.
Yeah, we are fighting racism, we're fighting sexism, we're fighting homophobia. I think we should also be fighting ageism. Trust people, look at people, and say, this person's competent, this person's not competent.
What is it with these Democrats, these progressive leftists, these socialists like Bernie Sanders that keep telling us, just look at me, just watch me? You literally saw Joe Biden say the same thing, I believe it was on 60 Minutes when he was questioned about his mental health. He said, just watch me. And then the other day on Sunday's episode, I believe yesterday, we actually did the segment of showing Karine Jean-Pierre saying the same thing of just watch him because everybody's questioning about his physical and his mental health. Everybody sees the cognitive decline. Everybody sees he's not the same guy he was before. And it's literally like exponential. And now you have this guy saying, well, just watch him. Just watch everybody have these mental declines and just pretend like it's not there. Just watch what they're doing, not what they're saying. Watch who's really running the show. It's so just head spinning, but this is Democrat Party for you guys. I mean, this is literally modern day Democrat Party that's so hyper focused on racism and all these things that actually aren't problems that they want to focus on, but the things that actually are the problems in America, they don't want to focus on. Immigration, inflation, right? The economy, opening up the free markets, getting rid of the regulation, the red tape, allowing fossil fuel industry to thrive here in the United States. All the while you're saying the messaging should be that we're going to get rid of the fossil fuel industry, but over the State of the Union, you're saying that, we're going to need them for another 10 years and be laughed at by the GOP because it is laughable. I mean, this whole party of the Democrat Party is just in shambles. I'm not saying the Republican Party is perfect, but God, the Democrat Party is just trash.
Mm-hmm. There are a lot of 40-year-olds out there who ain't particularly competent.
That's true.
Older people, you look at the individual. I don't think you make a blanket statement.
Okay. So,
which he's going to do, though, about capitalism. He's going to make a blanket statement about those people. He's going to make a blanket statement about the Waltons, right? The those that own the Sam's Club, which I think is the Waltons, the Bill Gates of the world, all these people that are super wealthy, they got to be taxed like, 95% or something asinine. Well, what's interesting here is for a guy that literally hounds capitalism all the time, he sure thrives in it and does really well. And for a guy that used to blame all the millionaires, right? The 1%, the millionaires for like literally decades, the same guy that honeymooned in the Soviet Union, that loves Russia, that loves dictators, literally loved Castro and the things that he did. Of course, that's asinine, but he really does love that stuff. Talks about here a book sale that he's selling books here, making a ton of money and just hiking up the prices. And he's going on these engagements for this book tour, and they're going for like $100 on Ticketmaster. So this guy's reaping in millions of dollars, and now he's a millionaire. So he switches messaging from millionaires to billionaires now because he's not in that category. I'm sure once he becomes a billionaire himself, all of a sudden it'll be the trillionaires, right? The trillionaires are the hundreds of billionaires. All these things. Well, here's this knucklehead speaking further on this whole thing.
But I have to ask you, you're going on tour to promote this book, It's Okay to Be Angry About Capitalism. And you're here talking about it. I understand we're not the bad guys you're describing in the book when it comes to media. But tickets for your tour apparently are selling for $95 on Ticketmaster, which is accused of anti-competitive behavior. You know that. Some of your Democrats are criticizing them. Aren't you benefiting yourself from this system that you're trying to dismantle?
No, he's not benefiting. You just heard him. No, I'm not benefiting from the system. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Stop lying, dude. We're so tired of it. You are benefiting and have benefited from not just the system in general, but from capitalism as well. I think he was like a newspaper boy, like early on. Ever since then, for decades, literally decades, he's been suckling at the government teat. You've been paying this guy to do a terrible job, and he's been benefiting off capitalism, of which he's been shitting on capitalism his entire life. But yeah, he still lives here and thrives in it. It's crazy. It's like AOC doing the same thing, selling her t-shirts for like $90, but yet blaming capitalism all the while she's benefiting off capitalism. The suit that he's wearing is probably made by a capitalist. The tie, the shirt, the glasses, probably where he gets his hair cut from the barber, all that stuff, the shampoo, everything that involves this guy's entire life, from even how he makes money other than suckling at the government teat, is based off capitalism. The chair that he's sitting is probably based off capitalism. The whole set is based off capitalism. So this whole idea that his book is about going against capitalism is so ironic, it is freaking head spinning. But as we said multiple times with the Democrat Party here, there's not a mirror in sight for them to be able to look at it and actually see that irony and the idiocracy that's coming out from their own mouths and their own actions.
First of all, those decisions are made totally by the publisher and the bookseller. I think there's one case where in one...
You guys, I know I keep pausing it. He's going to blame it on somebody else. Oh my God. Oh, well, it's their fault. Well, those were set by the book publishers, as if you can't sit there and have a conversation. You could have self-published. You literally could have self-published, done everything yourself, make your own price, and come out with it. Hell, you could have actually printed the books on your own dime and actually given them out for free. So, but it's somebody else. It's always somebody else's fault, right? Again, like I said, it was first the millionaire's fault, but then when he was in that category, then it was the billionaires. So now he's selling books at a hyped up price, and he's selling these tickets for outrageous prices for a book signing. Now it's somebody else's fault once again. See how this works? He can never blame himself. It's typical of the Democrat Party to do this. Joe Biden has never done anything wrong either. Everything he's done in his whole administration has been A-okay. It's perfect, as we've seen numerous times here on the Paul Brad Show. But let's continue. I apologize for continuing to deposit, but that's what we come here for, the commentary, right? The commentary and the shenanigans of the Democrat Party here, calling them out on their own hypocrisy and the irony of it all. And it just continues. It's literally endless content from this administration, from the Democrat Party.
Place here in Washington, Politics and Prose, an independent bookstore, charging some tickets. Most of them, I think, are $40, $50, and you get a book as well. So if you want to come, you're going to have to pay $40. I'll throw in the book for free.
You don't get the book for free, then you're paying for the book. Who knows, that book you could be charging for $45, the ticket in actuality is $5, and maybe somebody's making a $250 price. $2.50, right? Profit. Who knows? Who knows the actual breakout of all this? This guy could be killing it on book prices. Not to mention, when you get there, maybe you have to buy for a signed copy, right? Maybe you have to pay for a picture with him. Who knows? I've never been to one of his things. Maybe I should show up, but for the love of God, man.
And we're doing a number of free events, but I don't make a nickel out of these things at all.
But you're okay doing business with Ticketmaster?
No, not particularly, but that's, again, I have nothing to do with that. That is, if you wrote a book, it'd probably be the same process.
Mm-hmm. So you have to operate within the system.
I do. That's right. I write a book, a major publisher, et cetera, et cetera.
You write a book, a major publisher, and I make millions of dollars off of it, and, none of it's up to me. I don't make a dime off of it, but, still somehow I have 3 houses, a boat, and all these other things. But, tax the 1%, the 1%. It is so head spinning, folks. Let me know. Honestly, God, please write in the live chat. I'm with you guys on reading this stuff, okay? I love it. That's why we do this. Our community, I know that we get kind of the same 30, 35 people in here. We got to grow the community because, you guys, I have a blast hanging out with you, and I know you guys have a blast hanging out with each other as well. What do you guys think about this right now? Write in the live chat, because just this whole thing is just unbelievable. This guy, can we just look at him again real quick? This guy has the balls to write a book against capitalism, and literally he's benefiting from the same structure that he's writing a book against. And there's people out there, this is the greatest thing. Not only this. Oh my, I'm trying to keep I'm literally sweating right now because I find it hysterical. There's people out there, part of the Democrat Party, the progressive left, that are feeding so hard into this that go, yeah, screw capitalism, and like giving the middle finger to capitalism, but they're the ones buying the book and feeding into the institution of capitalism. And they're probably buying it from their cell phone or their computer or their desktop, whatever it may be, from the very nature of capitalism to source this whole thing. Oh my God. Good morning, folks. Hell of a Monday. What is it, President's Day? So Let me know, folks. I hope you enjoyed that clip from the Bald Brad Show. If you did, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you can stay up to date on all our future content.